Yo, what's up, guys? Punch drunk in the house. What's going on, man? What's going on? Friday, 12/6/2019, December 6th. It's been a good week, guys. Another all green week here. And of course, I'm sure you guys are looking at the same scanners I am. And when the leading gapper is ZXZZT, you know something's up. Yeah. So, trade accordingly again today. And, manage your expectations and all that. Not a single stock below 10 million float, like even in like the top 10. So, yeah, so let's just look at what we have. We have SAVA, which is faded already heavily from 361. It's up only 17% now, $2 stock. So this one's going to need a pretty sizable pop for me to be interested. Yeah, so it's not looking too good. PTI ran midday yesterday as a scanner play. It's down slightly today. It's easy to borrow. 420, the prior moves highs. So maybe a pop back to 420 would be good. This is a thicker float though, so be mindful of that. Keep an eye on AUPH as well. Although it's kind of flatlined, no change here on the day two here on AUPH. CLVS is down to the 8s. Also kind of flatlined. Pre-market highs around 934. SSR is on. But yeah, it's nothing really too obvious. So there's no trade. There's no trade. Yeah, 20 seconds to go, guys. All right, guys. See what we got. SAVA pop in there a little bit, not really much. AUPH there dropping in the 14s. No pop to get in though. But yeah, as expected, a pretty dormant open. PTI not moving. Nothing from chat guy either. Let's see if SAVA gets like a couple shorts slamming the lows here and take him for a ride at 280. That'd be kind of nice. Or at least 250 or something. LNPX. Chat guy's chasing that for some reason. LMPX. Chat guy's chasing that. So chat guy chasing LMPX. Here comes SAVA. Now we got the shorts, I guess, slamming lows, so that's good and good. Just took a starter on SAVA here at 229, just a starter. But aiming for 250, 280 for some size. Chat guy chasing more LMPX for what it's worth. Low volume on LMPX. Still holding on my SAVA short here. LMPX not getting 200,000 shares of volume there in that 3-minute. LMPX looks like a recent IPO. PTI looks like it's just going to tank there with no pop. So no go there. So holding on to SAVA. Chat guy chasing more LMPX. Here comes SAVA coming in. There we go. Paying out nicely here. Let's see if we get lows on this. There we go. Sweet. Nice top tick there on SAVA. So we get 210 wash on these. Chat guy chasing more LMPX. Covering most of SAVA here at 211. Here we go, 210 wash. Covering more. Nice, nice. There you go. Getting nice 20 cents on a $2 stock. Not bad. All right, I'm all out of SAVA, guys. Nice little win there. Beautiful, beautiful. Top ticking that panic pop there off that 230. Obviously leaving some room there. You know, it's faded heavily. Chat guy dumping LMPX, by the way. That's why that red candle just showed up. So there we go. Nice little trade there on SAVA. Again, leaving some space there. And, you know, this thing is faded from 361 from that after hours high. Pre-market highs was around 280. So, you know, I didn't want to get too aggressive around that 230 area. That was definitely still a top tick, though. So basically getting around 20 cents there. Nice little win. So far, just that one trade. Pre-market support around 203, so this could very well fade to $2, but don't want to get stuck in something like BNGO yesterday where I was forced to hold that thing longer than I wanted to. PTI faded more there, 340. Again, not really much of a pop. 340 popping there briefly to 350. So there we go. Pretty much a top tick and a bottom tick there on SAVA. Pretty much a picture perfect trade there. Even though it was only with starter size, just following the rules. Don't really see anything else at the moment here, guys. Just going to chill out for a little bit. LMPX, of course, that chat guy pump. Volume now dead. Look at that sell volume in this LMPX. Chat guy chasing LMPX again. Low volume now. Look at this move on very low volume. 46,000 shares traded, so be careful if you guys are trading this one. Yeah, I don't really see much at the moment right now, guys. Just chilling. LMPX, just not enough volume here, man. Not enough volume. Very spready. See this secondary push here. Only 118,000 shares is not going to cut it. Definitely could be all of chat guys' volume. SAVA coming back, so definitely good on that cover there in the 210s. See, we can get a nice little secondary push toward 240, 280 or something. Let me get ourselves a real play on this. Struggling a little bit though here in 220. Oh, there goes LMPX, so that one's toast. That thing, man, that's a nasty, nasty dump candle. 630 down to 540 on just 76,000 shares. Yeah, that's got chat pump written all over it right there, man. So I didn't touch that thing. This is why we have our volume criteria, guys. This is why we have our volume criteria. When the stock runs that hard on low volume, you know it's pretty much coming from one guy. This is nasty, man. Volume criteria keeps you safe and it lets you recognize which plays are organic and which plays are just pump jobs. So again, if you guys are new, 200,000 shares per 3 minute is what I use. And LMPX only having one candle over 200,000 shares, then it was a red candle, so it's not going to cut it. There's no direction on big right now, so can't really do much there. Very indecisive. COVS with that bounce as well. There's really nothing really obvious to me right now, man. Just a lot of subpar stuff. Just gonna chill out here for a little bit. I really don't want to take any subpar trades on a Friday. $9.45 coming up. Even SAVA technically was a subpar trade. I mean, there's really no range on that. Thankfully, I got the top tick and the bottom tick, but really, 20 cents of range is not a good setup. CLVS grinding up a little bit more here, 960s. Resistance around this 980 area, 970, 980. So expect some sort of resistance coming up here on CLVS if you guys are watching that. SSR is still on. LMPX has pretty much been pumped and dubbed. That's pretty much done. So at this point, just waiting to see if SAVA decides to give us some sort of residual pop, but the volume is pretty much gone in that as well. 1.5 million shares traded in that first candle. Now trading only 200,000 shares, so there's a pretty substantial drop-off on SAVA. Yes, guys, Short Bear Lucas is going to be doing a webinar for you guys, so definitely let him know when you guys want to do it, man. He's got definitely a lot of information, a lot of knowledge to share with you guys. So a lot of the new members that join, yes, we do host webinars. So Lucas definitely being so kind to volunteer his time and doing a webinar for you guys. So let him know when you guys want to do it. CLVS now hitting that 970 resistance, 970, 980 against first level resistance here on CLVS. Pretty nice move here from 8.6. All green candles too. SAVA coming back up. Let's see if we can get a real move on it. Definitely a possible squeeze from hell candidate here on SAVA. Hopefully we get a nice little spike, 240, 285-ish levels to watch on the resistances here. All right, so there's a resistance on CLVS coming into play a little bit. First sign of a red candle here on CLVS against that 970 resistance area. SAVA creeping up. Still waiting on that huge squeeze from hell type candle here on SAVA. See if we can get it. Again, 240s and 280s. There we go. 230s are up. Nice little spike here. There we go. Nice. Got filled a couple there, short 240 SAVA. So started a short here at SAVA at 240. Chat guys watching it, see if he chases it. So short SAVA there against that 240 resistance. Smaller size this time, obviously, because it has some room to 280. So a little bit of an air pocket there. Halt levels at 272. So nice little 1 million share candle there. So it looks like it'll probably stop there on SAVA and that skip up to 240. Got that top tick fill there on the short. See if we can get this wash back below 220. Pad the wallet. So again, scaling it a little bit smaller here, leaving some room here for 280s just in case it just decides to grind out everyone. Again, a fade from 360 down to 208 is a pretty substantial move. So it's not completely within, not completely out of the realm of possibility that it can possibly go back to 280. So you gotta be mindful of that. So still holding on to the SAVA short here. Apologize for the throat clearing, guys. Need some water. But holding on to the SAVA short here still. Got pretty much a top tick entry, so holding on to it. Chat guy chasing LMPX again. Chat guy chasing LMPX. SAVA continuing a little more again, leaving some room there. 280s, not too concerned. CLVS looks like it's gonna still struggle around this resistance at 970. So SAVA still struggling here around that 240 area. You can kind of see there's a seller there stepping in every single time it tries to break out. So still holding on to the short. No, you don't want to wash out long chat pumps, man. You don't want to do that. Just don't do it. Volume is just awful too. So you don't want to long. I mean, even if it wasn't a jab, touch it because of the volume. Sometimes on the level 2, a particular quote box will just turn into a white blank box. Does that indicate anything to you, or is it just a glitch? Can you give me an example? Here's a washout on SAVA. You should see you get 220 wash. I'm going to take it off. So still holding on to my short here. Got that top tick. It's basically top tick in both shorts here is pretty sweet. Top tick the first one, top tick the second one. And people say scalping sucks. All right, so just gonna wait for a 220 wash, take it off. That might be my last trade, man, if this is it. Don't really see much else going on. Chat guy seems to only be focused on LMPX. Chat guy chasing more LMPX. Chat guy chasing more LMPX. Yeah, Punch. I'm not sure what you mean by the white box thing, man. That's if you're using DAS and your level 2 looks like a white blank box, that means you don't have the feeds for it. Like, you know, if you didn't pay for like the OTC feeds or something. I think chat guy just dumped LMPX. That's probably why I just dumped there. All right, guys. So 10 o'clock beckons here. It's Friday. Slow day. Probably going to wrap things up shortly. I mean, we'll see what happens with SAVA here for that wash. Once we get that wash, I think that's probably it for trades because there's really nothing else setting up here. You know, if you're not going to see any good stuff by 10 o'clock on a Friday, it's probably not going to really happen. So we're probably going to just see what happens here in the next couple minutes and call it a morning before we do something stupid. Volume drop off across the board on pretty much everything that might potentially be in play. You know, stocks like CLVS, PTI, AUPH, and LNPX, of course, never even really hit the volume area. All right, come on, let's get that wash going. Get the hell out of here. Go back to bed. So still holding SAVA here, short from that top tick. There's this support though, so that's why it's kind of just hanging around here. It's 225 area. Volume getting kind of low too, so. Yeah, Big Lots is still in business, man. I definitely remember picking safe. I don't know if Big Lots or Pick and Save or whatever is a nationwide chain. I'm not concerned because I'm sized appropriate. That's why. When you're size like 1/4, you would need like the thing would have to rip me like really big time for me to lose all my man. As long as you manage your risk and you size appropriately, you're not going to freak out. The problem comes when you like size in full size when there's like 3 resistance levels that it can possibly hit above where you're at. That's when you're in trouble. Just don't do that and you'll be fine. Hey, look at the LMPX dropping to below where the pump started. Now you know for sure it was a chat pump. All right, SAVA creeping up again. Still being open-minded for a possible move to 280. All right, so SAVA trying to bust out here, 240 again, just leaving some room toward 280 again, just sticking to the plan. 250 is coming up. So let's see if we can get a move to 280. There's some soft resistance for around 260. So still holding on to the short. I mean, I'm not even down that much. Just wait and see how this plays out. There's a lot of layers of resistance. If you consider this soft resistance here around 260 as well, but 280 is really the area I really see. It's holding on here. Well, you already know, it's a $2 stock, tight range. It's faded heavily from pre-market and after hours, and this is the type of stock that you would expect this type of action on. It grinds further than you think, squeezes out people slamming lows. It was only up 17% at one point, so I'm not surprised at all. I'm not freaking out. This is pretty much exactly what you would expect on a stock like this. So just let it play out here. Just don't FOMO. Again, guys, if you're looking to short these stocks, these $2 cheaper stocks that have faded heavily pre-market with a lot of potential for it to, rip further than you think, please just don't overcommit size at these lower resistance levels. This is how usually my biggest, where I would in with like 10,000 share starters at like 230, and next thing you know, I'm adding 10,000 every single 10 cents, and then you're going to be holding way too many shares relative to the volume. So just please don't go too aggressive at these lower resistance levels on any of these stocks that fade heavily pre-market. Manage your risk accordingly, guys, please. You need to be able to stomach the potential for the move that goes further than you expect on these stocks. Pre-market high showing for me at 7 o'clock is 280, so I don't know. I think that's today. 280, 285 to be exact. No, you're right. Yeah, 361. I thought it was, but yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Got my times mixed up there. Yeah, 361 is the pre-market highs. So yeah, even more so to be cautious. But yeah, there's like no volume printing at that time. But regardless, yeah, 385 is the first resistance, 360 soft resistance. Still holding on here. I mean, I'm basically, at break even. No need to freak out here. But at this point, it's 10:17. Just want to maybe wait for one big flush and just get the hell out of here. Yeah, the 361 is at 4:48 Eastern time. So maybe your charts, some platforms don't go back that far, I would imagine. But TOS shows 361 at 4:48 Eastern time. So if you guys can see that far, you'll see 361. The 285 is from 7 a.m. Eastern. I see this ends up being the top. I'm still holding on. So yeah, so just letting you guys know, I just chart so that way everyone sees it, because I did, make a mistake thinking that was after hours when it really wasn't. So that was my bad. All right, so I just posted the SAVA chart, SAVA chart in the channel, so you guys can just look at it real quick for reference. So that's what I have on Thinkorswim. All right, so still holding on here. Not going to get too aggressive adding here. Let's see with room to 285. Let's just wait and see. We get a flush, and that's that. You don't want to get too aggressive. Again, if you're trading this like tight range $2 junk, guys, it's just trouble waiting to happen if you just keep adding aggressively, especially when there's a lot of potential for this thing to go further. 40 cents further here. CLVS creeping back up now, 980s on that. Looking like a headache as well. It did give that first short off of that first resistance level that I mentioned, 9.7, faded to 9.40, so it was a 30-cent opportunity there. Didn't take that trade though because, just don't want to get stuck in more thicker float institutional grind type action. CLVS, is trading lower volume than usual. Yesterday I opened with 1.3 million shares on that dump candle. Still holding on to SAVA still. Just waiting patiently. There we go. See if we get that crack. Looking for a flush toward 220s. There we go. I'm able to hold because it's below pre-market highs, man. Just watch the webinars if you haven't already. Guys, new members, please watch the webinars. Webinars 1, 2, and 4 are the ones about my strategy. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple in layman terms. Below pre-market highs, I stay short bias. I'm not going to long stuff below pre-market highs. Guys, honestly, if you guys are overthinking what I'm, you're getting it all wrong. I hate to say it because honestly, my stuff is so simple. It's very, very simple. Very simple stuff. Pre-market highs, lie in the sand, panic pops, wash out longs. That's it. I mean, no fancy indicators, nothing. And then if it goes over pre-market highs, I just bail the short, take the hit, and go long. That's it. I mean, I could write all the rules on like one page, and that's the entire book right there. Madaz's strategy, and it'll be like a one-page long, guys. I mean, that's all it really is. If you're overthinking my strategy, you got it all wrong. There's no ifs, gray areas, ifs or buts or anything like that. It's just pretty much black and white. Yeah, line in the sand definition is on the glossary page. So go to MadazMoney.com and then upper right-hand corner, click on glossary, and it's there. Randy, I mean, I've already done one better, man. I've done 3 2-hour webinars on it. Well, what more can you ask for, man? 3 2-hour webinars with examples already. Guys, seriously, please watch the webinars. They're there for a reason. 6 hours worth of content. So, I mean, regarding SAVA, can it go further? Yeah, of course it can go further, and that's why I'm accounting for that down. I mean, do I know where the top is? No, I don't. I'm just like you, trying to figure out where the top is. I have rules to determine my bias, and then if there's potential for this thing to go further than I expect, I just scale in appropriately, size down. That's it. The mistake here that I used to make would be to size in huge at these lower resistance session. You know, if it pops to 230, 240, I'm in 10,000 share stars. Yeah, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble because, you know, I'm overcommitted and overexposed to risk. Because you have to respect the fact that the stock can go to 285. You have to respect the fact that this thing can go to 340, 360. So how do you manage your risk and respect that potential for that move to go further than you expect, right? You size down. That's it. And this is where controlling FOMO comes in, guys. If you're like, you know, and it tanks to 2, I'm going to miss out on profit. But you can't think like that because over a large sample size of trades, if you were to repeat that trade 1,000 times, what's going to happen to you? You're going to get stuck in one thing that's going to wreck you and you're going to blow up. And that's a goodbye account, right? So you can't make that assumption because it works one time because you decide to go in 50,000 shares at like really, really bad averages and it just happens to work one time doesn't mean it's going to work next time or the time after that. That's how you get wrecked. CLVS now going to 10, total headache now. Next resistance is 10, 1020. It's called 1020. Next major resistance on CLVS is 1081. So if you guys are shorting CLVS, be mindful of the fact that this thing has faded from a daily perspective from $17 down to $8. So it's already lost more than 50% of its move from a daily standpoint. So don't get too aggressive shorting CLVS either. It's definitely due for a dead cat on a longer term time frame. So holding on to SAVA, it looks a little bit weaker now. The thesis on SAVA is basically, I think that too many people probably slammed lows and they're just getting worked here. But I'm probably going to take whatever the next wash is because I'm just getting too sick of this thicker float, higher institutional ownership, grindy stock. Chat guy's been done for a while, so he's probably just heading off and no more chat pumps from him. All right, looking a little bit weaker here on SAVA. So 30 wash to the 20s. Looks like it's bound to happen at some point here. Just got to filter out all those people that slam lows. Yeah, but yeah, definitely for sure this is going to be a last trade. There's literally nothing else. AUPH is creeping up a little bit here, but overall directionless chart. COES is creeping up to on lower volume. Tens on deck on CLVS. Still grinding up on low volume. Again, this is probably just a dead cat. So be careful you guys are shorting into these moves on CLVS. Total grinder and low volume. Again, the stock's faded pretty substantially from a daily standpoint. So if it grinds back to like 11 or something, it's still not completely impossible. Okay, Chaser, do you eat anything before trading? No, I don't. I just wake up and sleep is important to me, man. Sleep is important to me, so I just wake up and maximize my sleep and just go right into it. I know there's going to be some people that are going to argue again for 9 years, so it's a little bit different. If you're newer, yeah, definitely wake up a lot earlier, get some coffee, stretch a little bit, do something like that. Yeah, definitely need water for sure. You guys can probably tell that I just woke up and just went straight to the mic. But yeah, no, for sure. If you're a newer trader, yeah, go and grab a cup of coffee, get some air or something. It's a little bit different for me. I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of know what to expect and know what to look for. But if you're newer and you need to spend a little bit more time analyzing stuff pre-market and all that, you probably want to do that in a more relaxed mental state where you're more comfortable. Yeah, it's difficult in the Pacific time zone, man. 6 o'clock sucks, but it is what it is. Those guys I've been around know, when I'm a lot more livelier when I'm stuff because of the hours. That's kind of funny, but yeah, it is what it is. I do like being up. There we go. Here's Wash, so you can get it. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. I want to get back to bed. Come on. As expected, man. Sava, what's going on here, man? People got caught slamming low. That's all it really was, guys. That's all it really was. $2 stock, people slamming lows. Looks like somebody has a lot of shares that are at 29. See if that causes a bigger wash. Hidden seller 29 looks like. Bid stack 27, but hidden sellers seemingly everywhere. Let's see if this 28 guy decides to move. '28's got taken out. See if this 29 guy moves. So that bid prop there at 27 saved it for a second. Let's see how long it gets saved for, because it's only triggering a 2-cent bounce. '27's getting hacked at. There we go. Let's see. Bids are back though. This doesn't flush soon. I think it's going to get out. All right, got out of most there at 29. It looks like 27 prop there is saving it. A couple shares didn't fill. Wanted that 29 hidden seller to stick around. I'll hold a couple. Holding a couple still. There we go. 27's getting hacked at. Still looking for a 20 wash here on the remaining shares. I think it should get a nice skip down if that 27 guy decides to move, and then I'll probably take that and just be done with it. There we go. 27's getting hacked at. $20 was where the start of that move was. It washed out 20, and then that's where 250. So it should probably find some support around there. COVS continuing with the grind further than you think. Again, keep an eye on that. 1080 is the next level to watch. Probably won't be around for it, but just letting you guys know. There we go. Should get the wash soon. It's getting kind of heavy here. 26 up. There we go. 24. Filled sub 24. Filled sub 24 there, SAVA. Should get the wash here. It's getting kind of heavy. You can kind of see the tape here. It's struggling. You saw some soaks earlier. You know, we saw that bidder at 7. The stock was only able to get pushed up like 4 cents, I think, at its peak. So that was a sign of weakness. I canceled that order there and then held the rest and then got an extra like 5 cents out of this. So that was kind of cool. $22s there briefly. Built a couple more 23s. Now at this point, I'm pretty much locked in most of the gains here off of that 40 entry from earlier. Might just whack the rest here and just be done with this if this bounces from here. I'm not going to stick around. Get grinded back toward 250 or whatever. Let's see. Give it one chance. See if it flushes this 220 area. Still looking heavy at the tape, on the tape at the moment. Still bidders are, yeah, 40,000 shares at 220. See if that does anything. All right, guys, I'm taking it off. I took it all off, guys. Lock it in. Grand total on the day here off of these 2 trades, $2,100. Not bad at all. Managing risk, small size. I'm gonna lock it in here. 220 is support. And if you guys wondered where I got 220 from, that's where the start of the move was. So I'm just gonna lock it in. It's probably gonna flush later on for you guys patience than me, but I'm just too drained at this point. I want to preserve some mental capital for some easier trades. So locking in there, nice trade. So if you guys want me to explain, you know, why I have a couple minutes before we wrap this up, head to bed. Seems like some of you guys were confused about like biases, why they're still shorting. Despite the thing was in an uptrend overview app and all that. To me, you know, as long as it's below pre-market highs, it's still a short bias stock with overhead resistance. And the stuff I do, I mean, it's working, man. It's working. I'm in green 7. If I've been green that consistently, you know, it's something, I must be doing something right. I hope. G Money, Max, can you explain this or do a video, jump and exit a position? You have multi-thousand of shares. If you're buying and selling, do you use entire buy button, sell in chunks? No, I do one hits, man. One. If I'm in like 10,000 shares, I would try to get out all 10,000 all at once. But obviously in this situation, I wouldn't be in 10,000 shares. Enough liquidity for me to be in 10,000 shares. But I would try to get all in and out all at once. Now, in some cases where I would plan to scale out, then that would be like, you know, just like the same way I scale in on the short side, maybe on the covers, maybe there's like two areas where I might think it would bottom out at, then I might split the covers into 2. But in most cases, I probably just try to get out all at once. $40,000 bidder there, 220 still holding up. I think this is going to flush eventually, man. Look how weak it is. This is probably going to go down to maybe like $2.10, $2 for you guys before the day is over. Here's the flush coming. I think we're probably going to get it. Yeah, should probably flush it for you guys. I'm already all out. It's all good. I already made my money. I was expecting a Big Mac kind of day, so I'm up $2,100. That's more than what I expected. soaking here a little bit at 220. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're soaking 220s there for a little bit. But it's pretty weak. It's probably going to maybe grind back, squeeze out some people, and then before the day is done, this thing is probably going to fade. But we'll see what it does later on. They're soaking 220s at the moment. Bear in mind, this thing has faded from 255 down to 220. So 220s looks like it might get whacked out here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, they're still messing around with this 220 area. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I covered it already, so whatever. That's enough for me. 220 was the target. Talked about the plan there. Before it happened, none of that hindsight nonsense. 220 was the move, the last final dip before the move to 255. So this should give it some support. So that's why I covered it there. My lowest cover was 222, I think. But Azure asking, hey Max, what did you profit from the start? First trade was short from 230, wash out to 210. So I think I made about like a little bit over $1,000 on that one. And then made about $1,000 on this one as well. A little bit more than $1,000, I think, on that first trade. I think it was 1,200 or something. So any final questions here on the SAVA trade? Again, guys, if you guys are not sure why I was short biased, please watch the webinars 1, 2, and 4. Lots of examples in there. We'll pretty much go over every single possible scenario regarding pre-market highs, line of sand, stuff like that. Comparing both the morning setups versus the afternoon setups. I think it's pretty comprehensive, and we'll answer a lot of your questions. And it's 6 hours worth of content, so it'll keep you busy for the weekend. So if you guys got nothing going on this weekend, feel free to listen to my awesome therapeutic voice for 6 hours. You might learn a thing or two. But yeah, lots of good content there, so that it will spare you guys from being lost during the live trading sessions that we do every single day. So definitely the new members that have not had the chance, check it out. Watch the webinars. Again, 1, 2, and 4 in the private video library. Go to the website, MadazMoney.com. Click on videos, and there should be a link to the private members only video library. And again, Lucas Short Bear is going to be doing a webinar. So let them know when you guys want to do it. So webinars are a thing here, guys. So definitely, if you guys want to, see us talk about something more in depth, let us know. Suggestions channel. So Lucas is going to be volunteering his time, as he's been, especially on the fundamental side of things. So a lot of you guys are interested in fundamental analysis. Short Bear is your man for that. Again, shout out to all the mods. You guys have been putting a lot of work. Michael Yo, Anthony, All Day A, and Lucas. A lot of hard work put into MadazMoney to give you guys the product that you guys see here. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So shout out to the MadazMoney team for all the work that we put in. Hopefully you guys enjoy the finished product that is MadazMoney. And of course, you guys see you guys might have noticed the alerts mods post chat. A lot of DMs telling me that, hey, the main chat is too noisy. Only the mod post. Well, we listened and we developed the bot that copies all the mod posts, and we threw it all in the alerts mods post channel. So hopefully you guys that made that request are now satisfied with that. You guys can just go straight to that channel and look at only what the mods post. So definitely working hard, listening to what you guys are suggesting, and trying to do our best to implement what we can with the means this the best possible experience for you guys possible. So, all right, guys. So if there's no further questions, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's 11 o'clock. It's well past my bedtime. So it's Friday, guys. Don't ruin your weekend before it starts. So thanks a lot here for another awesome session here at MadazMoney. Another all green 5 for. There's only like 16 days left in the year, guys. Getting kind of sad. 16 days left and 16 trading days left in 2019. So let's finish the year strong, guys. Thanks a lot.